Can I say something, please? Legally, nobody has the right to question the paternity of her son except the husband.
You're 100% right.
So who is? I ask a question. Who is VDM to publicly request a DNA on a child that is not his?
But let me say something. I understand where you're coming from. From a woman's perspective, it's normal you don't. But legally, like you said, it's not right for anybody to ask anybody to do DNA.
Exactly.
But legally, it's not right for anybody to point finger at someone responsible for somebody else's death. Yeah. So you see that there are too many. If you want to look at things legally, there are too many wrongs.
Exactly.
Some people just came out and said Naira Marley and Sam Larry are responsible for his death.
Trying to escape where everything went bad for Papa Mohbad.
It's really.
Should I remind you guys?
I prayed.
It was when the online people that was donating money for Liam, when Papa Mohbad earned 530 million naira. That was when everything went crazy.
I pray.
See,
the thing with Papa Mohbad, if you want to be fair, see, I'm not judging Papa Mohbad like, I'm not even going to judge him on how he buried Mohbad the first time.
I will judge him.
No, but I'm not going to do that.
I will.
But let's focus on your son died. You've been to every podcast, every interview, even Brekete family.
Everything.
You've accused your son's wife of being promiscuous. This I watched. You know me, I like to, I back things up. Yeah, he said it. You've accused that she should do the DNA test and this and that. You've said you've done this, you've done that, that and that. But one thing you've not done is actually question yourself as your father. I lost my son. I should be grieving my son. I should be feeling the pain of losing a son that would have been a bright star, which is a bright star. Hello guys, it's your host Tessie, and today on the episode of Triple T, in case you don't know what Triple T stands for, it's Trends, Tales and Tales. Tales and Tales. And today I have in the studio with me my co-hostess, which are...
JC baby.
I'm Sammy.
And today we'll be taking you on a ride. I know this topic has been on everybody's tongue, on everybody's mind, but we want to talk about something very important. It's about Mohbad. It's been 18 months since his demise, and there've been no justice for him, and there've been no settlement within Nigerians. And today we want to talk about this, and I want to be asking my co-hosts, what do they think about Mohbad? Do they think that so far everything that has been happening concerning Mohbad is nice, or there should be justice, or we should just let it go? What do you think, Mr. Amin?
Yeah, I've been following it for quite some time. Like you said, it has been 18 months.
Yeah.
I think one thing that I definitely observed is there are a lot of inconsistencies in the story. And I cannot say for sure what really happened because I was not that versed in the topic. But I do know from what I've seen online that there are a lot of things that are yet to be answered. So I don't know what you guys think about that.
Jesse, you want to say something?
As far as the death is concerned, I feel like it's been also long. But for we watching it on social media, it's a privilege because normally it's not supposed to be on social media. You know, first, the issue is very striking. I shed tears when I heard of his passing, but I felt like a child is a child, no matter how they die or how they do not die, you know. First, your son passed out, your son died, and you immediately decide to bury your child without an autopsy first. Now, the child is being buried, and you go back and remove the dead body, which was already lying on the ground, for autopsy. I don't know what they were expecting to find, but you know, there is nothing else to be found when you already bury someone. I feel like that was the place the whole story got wrong by deciding to bury him immediately after his death.
Okay,
yeah,
that's nice. Before I go to Sam, I would like to add something to that, saying that yeah, the father buried Mohbad before the autopsy was wrong. Definitely it was. But I don't think the whole thing went bad from that moment. I think that was the second step that the whole thing went bad. the whole thing went bad, I think, from the moment Mohbad did the video while he was still alive, from the stress he was going through from his former record label. But we're going to dig deep into this later, but I want to hear from Mr. Sam, please.
Basically, for me, I feel like we missed the whole point when it became a target to some certain individuals. You understand? Because, for instance, when somebody dies, you make investigation within the people around, and we are seeing videos and talks are coming out where we are saying that the people that were around him when he died are different from the people that was first accused. You know, when it started, a lot of people came out and said Naira Marley and Sam Larry was the reasons. They were the ones responsible for his death, and those people were not even in town when it happened. So the fact that we Nigerians, I'm going to say we Nigerians because I see it's common with Nigerians, we are very emotionally hypocritical. The fact that when something happens, we want to use emotions, we don't want to give ourselves that moment to really think, to see what is really happening and why is this thing happening like this. We just feel like when there is a finger to point, we just want to do it like that. We don't want any other thing again. We just want, okay, this person is the person that is responsible, that is it. How is this person responsible? We don't care, as long as we know that this person is responsible. A lot of people say that there was, like you said, that the whole thing went wrong because of the video that surfaced where Mohbad was talking about the stress he was going through with his record label. But at the end of the day, there was also a video that the guy said this same thing that he said about the record label. If anything should happen to him, they should hold the record label responsible. But there is a video as well that he said that if anything should happen to him, they should hold the wife, that the wife is trying to, you understand? But people were not thinking about that because already there was a finger to point at. So I just felt like the whole thing, a lot of people took it to make personal gains for themselves, and since it was trendy, people just jumped on it. It's not really like they cared about the guy dying or something like that. That's what I feel.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I really want to correct you first about what you said, because you said there was a video about Mohbad that Mohbad posted saying that if anything happened to him, they should hold the wife responsible. You know, as couple, and we have issues, and there is something you did to me that really hurts me. I might come on social media and tell them, if anything happened to me, based on the arguments that we have had that day, and I come on social media and say, if anything happens to me, or my partner responsible, just because of the threats that we have said to each other, the words that we have said to each other. But that video was like way long before what happened to Mohbad happened. And before that video he posted about his wife, Naira Marley and his whatever, they were already dealing with him. Sorry, most people.
What you mean? What do you mean dealing with him?
Dealing with him. You could see videos on social media. It was going on live video, talking about how they were bullying him, harassing him.
They took his royalties.
The video. They were beating him.
Naira Marley beat him?
Yeah,
no,
Naira Marley
not
guy.
Naira Marley. I will correct that. It was Sam Larry.
I wasn't talking about the Naira Marley, but Naira Marley, it's Naira Marley's persons. The person that beat him was in their circle.
For instance, you have a friend, and your friend go to beat someone up. Will I automatically say that, oh, Jessica is responsible for
I know what you're trying to do.
The reason, because I know that my sister will go and fight somebody because of me. And now it depends on what happened. Why does she? What was her motive in doing that? And there is always a motive. Imagine being a co-friend of Naira Marley and somebody, they talk to you anyhow, and you tell the person, you see that guy, so we'll go deal with her, not just worry. That's why I'm your friend. I have your back.
At the end of the day, the question is, I understand that bullying is not a good thing. I don't support it. But if at the end of the day you bully someone, it's not like this person committed suicide.
No, he did not.
Exactly. So exactly. So you cannot pin it on the fact that, oh, this person was bullied. That is why he died.
Well, I don't think Nigerians are asking or saying that Naira Marley and his cohorts were the reason why he died, like they killed him.
Yeah.
But it's because they want justice to be served. They bullied him, that's true.
They
but
just
to be honest,
want them
though,
to take
Responsibility for the bullying they
action.
did, because
There
when-
was something that they did to the guy.
Exactly.
If you are a fan of him, listen to his music. Listen to his music from the beginning of when the harassment started. You listen. There are a lot of story that the guy Mohbad put on his lyrics, and when you listen to them, you are getting idea of these people are making my life
Can I
a
jump
living
in?
hell.
Yeah.
I think that the thing that you were saying about
Yeah.
people are not really accusing Naira Marley.
like they physically killed him.
Yeah,
No,
but-
they are not doing that.
But there were videos where people were literally accusing Naira
There was
Yeah,
there was a
because-
heavy protest to
Yeah.
cancel Naira Marley.
Of course.
The time when Naira Marley couldn't even enter the country.
He shouldn't even
Because
enter
they
the
were
country
literally
because
saying
as a
he might be one of the people
Mr.
that-
Ami, he shouldn't even enter the country because as a record label boss, he had responsibility to care for Mohbad. And when he said, I don't want to be in the label anymore because I think I am not getting what I am supposed to get, it's okay to have a clean split.
See,
Let me finish, please.
Okay.
Trying to make other people not take him on gigs like shows.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That's
See.
It was,
really
let me
bad.
finish because I know you want to stand on what you're saying, but I want to let you know that when somebody's way of livelihood is being caught,
No.
that's terrible. You are a terrible human being if you would do that to another person. You're terrible. So let's call a spade a spade. Naira Marley did not kill Mohbad for sure, but did he bully him? Like he said, they were not in town. So probably yes, he did not physically. He wasn't there physically to kill Mohbad, but did he bully Mohbad? Yes. Did they make his life a living hell in the music industry? Yes, they did. So we're not going to act as if we don't know that.
No.
Nigerians are seeking for justice now because they are feeling guilty in their heart.
no,
What about life?
We will get there. Nobody's
But-
going to be spared. We'll get
But
there.
at the end of the day, I
Yes.
understand what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
You in the music business.
Yeah.
If you there's what they call contract.
Exactly.
When you sign a contract, you have to live up with it. A lot of Nigerian artists, when they are coming up, they are ready to sign any kind of contract.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's a big
At
problem.
the end of the day, somebody is telling you, "I'm going to give you 20%." You just want to sign because at the end of the day, you want to blow. Now, when you start making money, you're not feeling like, "Okay, now I want to do it on my own." Nobody is going to take it. But what we are saying, we are not even talking about the bully. We are talking about the debt. Now, she is saying that when you listen to his music, you see. The thing is, we are Nigerians. Musician music starts to make sense when they are dead.
No,
When they are alive, is an entertainment. You understand? When a lot of times people this guy have been singing song way. So now people are not
No.
putting their ears down. Now after is normal.
No,
See,
no.
I knew about Mohbad after he died. Basically, a lot of people.
Me too.
I don't know the guy personally, but I've been a fan of his music way long. When he signed to Naira Marley, there was a couple of songs he did. I'm not for real. I'm not a fan of Naira Marley, if I'm allowed to say that. I don't really care about those type of things to have anything to do with him. But when Mohbad was signed under him, yeah, the songs he was bringing out were not that great. I would say they were not that great. Why? Because when you listen to it, you feel like, oh, this person is trying to put out a message that is not clear, but there is something that he's trying to say. Because you definitely hear when our musicians, they are in their good mind or not, they are in their good mind. When they are in their good mind, they give you like real good songs, yeah. And when Mohbad was signed to Naira Marley, the songs that he was bringing was not good. After he did Mohbad's record, damn, he was saying things that he could not say because he was under this person. Now he left. You have to listen to the song. I'm sorry, I could give you
okay,
names
but
of
the thing-
how much he wanted freedom, but they
Jesse,
don't
baby,
get.
I understand your passion about that.
Yeah.
Since we've scratched a little bit around the edge,
Yeah.
so now, like Sammy said, we're talking about the death of Mohbad. Good. Now the question is Omawumi, Mohbad's wife, guilty? Is Aluba, Mohbad's younger brother, guilty? Prime Boy, guilty? Because these are the people who were around him the last 24 hours of his life. So for me, I know this African way of thinking. Oh, when a young man dies, when he's just starting to enjoy life or starting to make money, probably the wife killed him just so she can take the properties. We've heard a lot of stories like this before. Sometimes they are true and sometimes they are false. But because people are wired to think this way, oh, she wants to be the owner of everything he owns. So they really labeled Omawumi, which is I think her name is Omawumi, Wumi, that's her name. Yeah, they labeled her like, oh, she's a terrible wife. Probably she had hands in the death of the husband. I'm not here to excuse Wumi like, oh, she did not do nothing. I'm not here to excuse because I was not in the house the last 24 hours of Mohbad's death. But the thing is, let's look at it this way. Why would she want to kill her husband?
Are you asking that question?
It's a question. Why would she want to kill her husband?
Can I take that?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, when after the death of Mohbad, no one was actually pointing fingers on her until I think VDM was the first one that brought that to attention. And moreover, that is actually quite common for whenever someone's died, the people that are around him are the first one that even the police will look at, especially the spouse.
Yeah.
If I die right now, whether me and my wife are fighting or not, she's the first one that will be questioned at least. So it's not a far-fetched for people to assume or think that the wife might have something to do with it. It is definitely wrong. What you're saying is extremely valid, that there are wives or people that are widows now that were actually accused, and we know how those things goes in Africa. It's really sad that it has to be like that. But the girl did not help herself with her withstanding and withholding, not doing the DNA. And that's just bring more light and more.
Can I say something, please?
Of course.
Legally, nobody has the right to question the paternity of her son except the husband.
You're 100% right.
So who is?
But
I ask a question. Who is VDM to publicly request a DNA on a child that is not his?
But let me say something. Okay. I understand where you're coming from. From a woman's perspective, it's normal you don't. But legally, like you said, it's not right for anybody to ask anybody to do DNA.
Exactly.
But legally, it's not right for anybody to point finger at someone responsible for somebody else's death. Yeah. So you see that there are too many. If you want to look at things legally, there are too many wrongs.
Exactly.
Some people just came out and said Naira Marley and Sam Larry are responsible for his death, and Nigerians they will protest to cancel this guy. Yeah. But at the end of the day, now we are saying that legally, nobody should ask for DNA.
And moreover, when it comes to the DNA part of it, if you were found as a suspect in this kind of things, the police can request.
Exactly, the police.
No, but VDM is just like someone like us that give their opinion.
Even the police cannot request for the DNA. It's the court. No, it's a judge that will request that, not a police.
But I'm talking about if you're already being found as a suspect or being seen as a suspect, they can get warrants to see.
Exactly.
Up to now, I still do not know. Someone died and they need a DNA from the son.
Yeah, I think that was what messed up the whole case.
No,
what the match was, because at that point...
No, I think they are trying to correlate to see maybe the son is not even his and they were fighting already. You said that even when they were fighting, the woman come out and say, the boy come out and say that if I die, look at my wife, blah, blah, blah. And you said that those things that couples do. In normal cases, those are things that you just let it slide and say, couples fight and they say things. But it actually happened that someone dies.
Yeah.
So you're not going to let it slide just like that.
But I don't think having a DNA test from the son is going to...
No, but it can be something that they call it called reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
You need to have something that makes people want to...
feel like
if it end up being that the son is not his son, that is actually
a motive. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I don't think I will kill a man.
You will not do it, but people might think.
People will think that. Yeah. But I feel like it was like the worst distraction in that case.
Exactly. That's how I felt.
They are using a DNA test. How does he has to prove who killed him?
Now,
proves the motive.
Wait. Let me understand. Okay.
Where we could go to the DNA aspect is when that will be between the family. Now, when this guy is rested, there is burial done for him. And now when it comes to his property, they want to share. And father can say, I have doubts that this son is not my grandson. And my son now obviously now left all his property for him. So we are going to do a test to prove if the son is the real son of Mohbad or not. But trying to find who killed someone and then bringing out, go and do DNA test to prove if he's my son.
But wait. See, there's what they call motives.
Yeah.
You understand? That's there's a motive behind why somebody go cut person head?
So you
Why
think,
person go
Yeah, we want
pour
to
person
know.
hot water?
if I'm guessing right, you think Omaumi will kill Mohbad, will kill Mohbad just to hide the fact that the son EM is not his son?
That's the motive that they are looking
You
for.
understand?
It's
I
totally
do
wrong.
not think that is a reasonable.
No, that is perfectly
nothing-
reasonable.
Why?
I don't think it's reasonable.
Why?
So because I want. Oh wait. Omaumi killed Mohbad allegedly
Yeah.
because Liam is not his real son.
Uh-huh.
But that doesn't make sense. Okay. I really love your zeal.
I don't understand.
I like how energetic you guys are about this topic.
I don't understand.
But listen,
So
Sam and Jesse, please.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I have a question for you. So mommy cook chicken and say this chicken is for your dad, and you go and eat the chicken that is meant for your dad. So for your mom not to let your dad know that you were the one who ate the chicken, she kill you then.
But wait,
Just to hide
that's
the
a
fact that you
chicken.
ate chicken.
Listen.
No,
See,
no.
wait now. Wait. That's a chicken. I like the fact that you're acting like these things don't happen.
Yeah.
There are men that
No, we are not acting like it doesn't
no, because if you're
happen.
asking me why, it's like
we want to know. Like we want to know.
Do you know?
That is
You can just take your child and leave the marriage.
Do you know that a
people
man?
will do a lot to look good in public.
Yeah.
Those are public figures. We are talking about
That's
Mohbad.
true.
She stand a lot to inherit based on the fact that she's the wife. And also, it would be a disgrace for a popular girl like that to be someone that was letting someone raise another child. So people can
Mr.
do a lot
Amin,
to look good in public. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
she stand a lot to inherit, but we are forgetting she has known Mohbad since she was 13 and Mohbad was 15.
Regardless.
Oh my God.
No, let's be honest here.
Let me tell you,
You think she doesn't deserve to inherit things from him?
She
No,
deserves
we-
whatever.
She deserves everything, but the right way.
But I'm
tell you
just saying, the
this.
mere fact that they're
It's
asking for DNA,
Yeah.
it's
It's
extremely
okay.
valid.
Okay,
That is
I'm
what
gonna.
saying.
Sorry,
It's
can I say
valid.
this, babe?
Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly say this because she recently had an interview with Shoot, and in this interview she said the first person who requested for DNA was a social media content creator, VDM. She didn't take it like seriously. Like she was like, "It is nobody to be requesting for that."
True, yeah.
And then she found on social media her father-in-law was requesting for a DNA
On social
On
media.
social media.
On social
There was.
media.
She said
No one called her.
nobody called her to ask
social
her
media.
this. She found out, and then she called the father-in-law to say, "I'm listening to a lot of interviews you're granting, and I don't understand." And then the father-in-law was like, "Yeah, why would you stay in the rented apartment you and your husband were living in? Why didn't you come over to the house with my grandchild if he's really my grandchild?" And this, but he never specifically asked her on that phone call, "I want you to do a
It
DNA."
was just
No,
social
let
media
me
talk.
let me get something straight.
Exactly, she said it.
Let me get something straight. Let
Yeah.
me get something straight. How
Yeah.
did you find that Mohbad died?
On
Social media.
Good. How did any of us find out that Mohbad died?
Social media.
Exactly. It was already a social
no,
media.
It doesn't have to be.
See,
I disagree with you.
wait.
No.
I'm coming.
They are
A lot of
family.
people. Wait now. A lot of people are trying to blame Very Dark Man for twisting the case.
He did, but
But
I'm not.
wait now, wait.
I'm not blaming him. But he turned everything around. He has no right
See,
to
no,
request for a DNA.
See,
No, he asked questions. He
No,
asked
I ask question, but saying the first thing they should be doing is Wunmi should provide a DNA on Liam because that son might not be Mohbad's son. That was definitely wrong.
But you
he
just-
was not a family member. I excuse you.
Exactly.
He was not a. He is not even the lawyer of the case. He was not a-
Exactly.
He was not working in any government office.
Exactly. So how
He has
then?
no
How
right
then?
to ask that.
Wait now.
That
Wait.
shows how powerful social
See.
media can be.
No, that just
Bro,
shows
bro.
how foolish a lot of Nigerians.
No, no.
See,
See,
you receive it. What if it ends up turning out to be true? I hope it's not true. That she's not
See,
the one that,
it's
what if
like
turned out to be
it's like
true?
Very Dark Man was proving he knows more than the judge that was presiding over the case.
See.
No, that has
See.
nothing to do
And
with
how
See,
would he
that has
know
absolutely
more?
nothing
That was
to do
it
with
because the judge. See,
Very
there
Dark Man
is
just put on
sorry,
the camera and just say what he
Mr.
thinks.
Mr. Ami. He always say you people are not smart in his video. I don't watch his video
No, you
because
cannot listen.
he always says you know most Nigerians are not smart because he thinks he's the smartest in the country. It's fine.
No,
Everybody
but
can think that.
see.
But Mr. Sam, I
Yeah.
understand your passion about Very Dark Man and this topic we're having right now.
No, I'm not a fan.
No, it's not.
I'm
no,
not- I'm not a fan.
teasing
No,
him.
I'm not- no,
That
I'm
was a tease. I was teasing
No,
him
I'm
because
not
you
a
can
fan.
see his passion.
I
But
wanted to say swish it.
no,
No, I'm not a fan. I just like what he does.
Yeah, you like
Absolutely.
yeah, exactly. But I'm gonna say this to you. Very Dark Man, when he was doing his video, you know, there is a lot of things you say. Probably you say it to get likes or for people to like you. Though he said he doesn't care about who likes him. He's the biggest liar to say that. But I'll leave that as it is. But when you are talking about something this deep, there's something I call caution.
True. Be mindful.
Be mindful of what you say.
Why are you guys like
No, it's not why we like the way it's true. You're not going to let me say something.
No, I'm coming. I'm going to let you say. But the way we are, you they get to me, and I don't want me you get to me. You understand? But at the end of the day, if we are going to say, oh, why this? But why would somebody now? If we are going to go like this, why would very dark man ask
DNA
publicly?
Yeah.
Good. Now, why would people come out to point fingers at
Naira
and
videos of them bullying him?
Oh Jesus!
No,
we are talking about the death.
Why. No, yes, we're talking about the death now. So no, let's tell you for the why.
So how does bullying relate to
when you look
death?
at Liam? When you look at Liam, yes.
When it's a suicide case, it
No,
can.
not only suicide.
Not only suicide.
Not only suicide.
Someone can actually lead them to be at the wrong place, the wrong time.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Sam.
Don't even think, because most people have the mental health to take anything. Me now, if somebody tried to bully me, curse me, or do anything, I can retaliate back in a way you feel it didn't really do me anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I'm home,
You
are
feel-
not
you
in my
feel it.
space.
Exactly.
I'm empty in
Yeah.
my head. I'm
Now you're thinking about
Why
everything
would
that was
somebody-
said.
Yeah, exactly. So imagine if a person has to be doing hard drugs just because they cannot get it off their head that somebody said this to him.
You say what?
No, for instance, say person tell you something, I can't
No. I understand. I understand what you talk. But
Yeah.
now, when you bring this thing you just said now, bring it to Mohbad case.
Yeah.
Is there?
There is a, you might
Wait now.
not see it that
No,
way.
You do know that after the death of Mohbad, the first story that broke out was that he overdosed on something, right?
He
That was the
overdosed.
first- Yeah, that was
the first thing that
the
they
first thing that
said.
came out. That said he drinks
That was the
something
first
and
thing that
a
came
lot
out.
of pills or
Now,
something.
look at, you talked about the interview that the wife did.
Yeah.
Now, look at everything she said on that video. That they called a nurse. You understand? The nurse gave him an injection, and he reacted to the injection and
Yeah.
everything. Now, look at everything she said now, and look at the narrative that was pushed at the first part.
Yeah.
Is there a correlation between the two?
There is.
There is, because
Oh.
she. Okay, I'm gonna
Okay,
say.
wait,
I'm
let-
gonna say it to you. She said in that interview you just make reference to, and she said that when Should ask her what about the previous boss from the record label, she said she still stand on what she said. They bullied him into the misery he was in. Okay, I know a lot of Africans, we don't understand bullying.
You don't understand
the way we are
misery.
supposed to.
Bullying is
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly.
You
The
don't
way we are
understand what
supposed to
misery
see it.
is.
Because growing up, if I didn't have, how should I say it? If I didn't have this strong mentality of,
be strong, why are you- why are you-
exactly,
Yeah.
because that's how they push it. I was
Especially as a
bullied,
guy.
but not like in school. Even from my own family members, there was a lot. We do it a lot, but we think it's cool. It's
Okay,
not cool.
It's not.
Mohbad was with Naira Marley. It didn't work well. Yes, I know he was excited to sign that contract. Of course, coming from poverty, knowing that you're going to make money and you're going to blow, your name is going to be known like the Whiskey Davido and Burna Boy kind of shit. Of course, you want to sign anything that is given to you. But yeah, I'm going to say this. Why are humans very difficult? Because if that contract was very nice to both parties, there will be no disagreement.
There will be no bullying.
Greed.
There's
Greed is one thing, but I'm not gonna put it like that.
The
But
boy, the truth is that the boy had talent more than the person who signed him.
But
Okay,
wait,
we're not gonna put-
see, it's
we're
not
not
about
gonna
talent.
put
Don't
it
go
like
there. Don't go there. Forget.
okay,
No.
They want to
Please,
oppress
yeah.
to the
No,
extent,
no,
because
no,
if you listen to Mohbad's
absolutely
song
not.
and you listen to Mohbad's song and you're asking yourself, a guy with
Jesse, you're
talent-
too passionate about Mohbad. I dig this topic. Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
No.
Wait, I'm trying to make a point here. And you listen to Mohbad's song and you are thinking, because according to him, other videos that he has made, he has said there are songs that he writes and just give to people. And
Yeah, he said that.
He
I
does
watched
not
an
buy.
interview. Yeah.
He does not they don't
Sell
pay
it.
for
He doesn't sell it.
He just give it to people. Yeah, and you are thinking somebody he wrote a song to. Don't buy house. Don't build car. Don't buy car. Don't build a house. And you, with that talent, you are not doing anything.
No, let me ask you a question.
Papa,
Let me ask you a question.
Wait first. Papa Mohbad was so worried and eager.
I was about to go. No, it was not even the DNA that I was worried about.
That your child
to be
is
popular.
signed
Exactly.
into this record label.
He knew about the
And
bully too.
You they ask house way rent, and I'm thinking rent. You are so proud of saying rent. You want to come You want them to leave the house that they rented and come and be with you.
You are even saying that.
Wait, you said if really I'm going to hold you by your words.
Yeah.
Okay.
According when you started, you said now you listen to Mohbad songs and the lyrics.
Now I listen.
Like
to
she said, if you listen.
You listen.
Listen.
Now, if you listen as well, you could understand there was a song that he said that his father gave him money for school, but he didn't. He didn't go to school.
But that doesn't now warrant the father to now ask for everything.
Now, wait. We are saying that this guy now, all these things we are saying, it's coming from one person.
Yeah.
You understand? It's coming from the woman. And I understand how, but basically, we haven't heard from the man.
Which man?
The father.
You haven't. I've been hearing from the father. Please now,
No,
It's a song.
wait. The father released the song. This thing that you said now that the father was asking them to leave the rent.
I wasn't even done because you are fighting for DNA test. Your child, who you know has this talent, has this popularity. He does not have a house that he does not have a house under his name that he built. But you not go fight the record label say, my son, they give us hits back to back. Like what?
You are trying to escape where everything went bad for Papa Mohbad.
It's really.
Should I remind you guys?
I pray.
It was when the online people that was donating money for Liam, when Papa Mohbad had 530 million naira. That was when everything went
I pray.
crazy.
I pray.
See,
I will.
The thing with
fair.
Papa Mohbad, if you want to be fair, see, I'm not judging Papa Mohbad like, I'm not even going to judge him on how he buried Mohbad the first time.
I will judge him.
No, but I'm not going to do that.
I will.
But let's focus on your son died. You've been to every podcast, every interview, even Brekete family.
Everything.
You've accused your son's wife of being promiscuous. This I watched. You know me, I like to, I back things up. Yeah, he said it. You've accused that she should do the DNA test and this and that. You've said you've done this, you've done that and that. But one thing you've not done is actually question yourself as a father. I lost my son. I should be grieving my son.
Yeah.
I should be feeling the pain of losing a son that would have been a bright star, which is a bright star of my family.
Yeah.
Not trying to bring down the woman your son married. If at all you wanted DNA, which is okay, you should have asked. Because in all of his interview, there is never a place Papa Mohbad stated, I called Wunmi and asked for a DNA. He has never said that on any of his interview. Rather, there was one time he videoed a paper he pasted on the gate of where Wunmi was living. That was not you asking a daughter-in-law for a DNA. You were treating her as an outsider.
No, mind
you know,
that.
we have to handle these things with care because
Crazy.
sometimes we have to put ourselves in the shoes of people.
Yeah.
And imagine me being a daughter-in-law to that kind of a man.
Oh
Probably
my
I will not
God.
have this much grace Wunmi gave to him.
Oh my
now
God.
you've put yourself in one shoes.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to put myself in none of the shoes.
Yes, Papa
Now I'm going to
Mohbad.
I'm going to put myself in the shoes of Naira Marley and Sam Larry. Now, why am I putting myself there? I've been wrongly accused before.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I've been accused to a point where nobody believed what I was saying. Nobody. Even when I was trying, Pastor Piquet accused me, say, "Atifiti." And at the end of the day, now people are saying that why Pastor Piquet go lie for your head?
Yeah.
You understand? And I tell you, say, I don't do this thing. But everybody is accusing me of doing it. But let's look at it. Now, why would Sam Larry and Naira Marley be accused of killing Mohbad? Now, if at the end of the day, I understand that they bullied him, which is it's
Terrible.
wrong.
Call
It's wrong.
Terrible.
Good.
Tragedy.
Now, the boy did not die immediately after that bully.
How do you know
It
that?
doesn't have to die immediately,
How do
but
you know
okay.
that?
Which one? What do you mean by
Yeah.
that?
Funny,
That's-
even you said
Please.
about motive. Their own motive why people are accusing them is because the boy was not fulfilling the contract anymore. The boy wanted out.
Yeah, and he wanted his
I
royalties.
understand.
Wanted his royalties
I
as
understand.
well.
I understand.
While Naira Marley and the rest don't want to.
They know how much they are making from the royalties.
Imagine
too.
being
But
an
in
artist
all-
in
in-
Nigeria.
in all-
Okay, guys. Yeah. In all fairness, I'm going to say this. Thank you, guys. I enjoyed all of the energy you put into this. And also, in other words, we can't fault Naira Marley according to Mr. Sammy because they were accused wrongly.
Bully him.
Jesse, baby.
We are not talking about the bully.
And also,
I like him. And I the boy, na Mali bring Mohbad call give una.
okay.
Not being bring
So
up,
this
let me
was
discover
this was a very
women.
nice topic, and I hope that when justice is served to Mohbad, and we finally get justice for Mohbad. And also, I believe and I pray that Wunmi also would find peace, because she's been through a lot, even if we accept it or not.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for joining me in the studio today. And guys, as you see, that was a very energetic topic, and it's a topic that is heavy on people's heart, and we can never get a conclusion on this. But thank you for your time, and we'll see you on our next episode on Trends, Tales and Tales. Triple T. Bye bye.